Flavia, the Bombay High Court seemed to be, in fact, a progressive bench, a woman judge, calling into question our assumption that if you have more women on the bench, you won't have judgments like this. What do you make of the absolute horror of this judgment, Flavia?
It's all the more difficult for me and for Majlis in general, because this judge was our POCSO judge in the City Civil Court, and she has, in fact, been very sensitive while conducting trials, recording evidence of victims, etc., even prior to POCSO. And she's given like amazing sensitive judgments in favor of children who were sexually abused and have convicted the accused person. Now she's a High Court judge. There's much greater responsibility on her shoulders. And for her to make these comments, which will now become precedent if they are not taken out from the judgment, is extremely shocking for me. Several people have commented that judges need training, judges need orientation, judges need sensitivity. And here is a judge who has all of that, everything that we can think of. She's not a stranger to this issue at all. She has enough exposure to this issue, even as a trial court judge. So what does one say when somebody comes with this bizarre explanation of skin-to-skin contact? Where does POCSO Act even say such a thing, that there should be a skin-to-skin contact? What is sexual assault? Is an act which is not penetrative, but with a sexual intent. And there has to be contact, but it doesn't say skin-to-skin contact. If you could not take out the top, for instance, does it mean that there was no sexual intent or there was no sexual assault? I mean, it is just beyond my imagination to envisage the reasoning behind such a judgment and such comments, which were stated in the statute, and that is more worrying.
Can I ask you, oops, let me just mute you while I ask you that question. Can I ask you though, you are actually saying that this is a judge whom you've known to be sensitive, whom you have known to have worked previously specifically on the child sexual abuse laws. This is not a judge whom lawyers had classified as insensitive. So what is it then? Then we're just dealing with a very, very deep mindset of sexism, which actually believes that, till there is bare skin to bare skin, till you're actually doing this with sexual intent. I mean, why would you paw a 12-year-old child, firstly, a 12-year-old child's breast if you did not have sexual intent? Secondly, I have a problem with this phrase sexual intent, because abuse is not about sexual intent. Abuse is about power. Abuse is not about desire. So I also have a problem with this phrase of sexual intent in this language, Flavia.
Exactly. And what is worse here, this man locks the door from the outside, puts the child inside, child is crying inside, and he goes out. So what could be the intention of this person in doing that? And was it not indicating something much more sinister that's going to happen when he comes back into the same house? It's just fortunate that the mother traced the child, located the child in that house. Now you have every possible ingredient enough to uphold the sentence under Section 8 of POCSO. Why would she then go to 354 of IPC? I mean, that is unimaginable. 354 is an ancient legal provision. We have POCSO, which is far more modern, far more progressive, far more recent. So why would a judge leave this ground and go to something which is archaic to minimize his sentence? Because here the minimum is 3 years, and she wanted to reduce that, and she has this absurd logic. So let's go to 354. In fact, there is Section 12 under the POCSO itself, which talks about sexual harassment. So why would she go to something so archaic that as 354, violating the modesty of a woman?
Yeah. And ask you how distressed you are that this has come from a woman. Now, of course, as feminists, we know that patriarchy and misogyny are both gender neutral. Men can be feminist, women can be misogynistic. But a woman judge, it sort of questions all your beliefs that if there were more women on the bench, you would not have judgments like this. Flavia, what do you say? Sorry, give me a second.
More women judges. a courts will become more sensitive. I disagree with that completely, because our women judges come from a particular caste, class, religion, background, class position, caste position, everything, particular religion, particular caste, etc. And when they become judges, they want to be more like male judges and imitate them, rather than bring in gender sensitivity within courtrooms and within their judgments. And they're extremely scared of this. So they turn backward, according to me. Rather than turning towards women, they become anti-women. Even in maintenance orders, we have seen it in everything, the comments that they make, etc. But this particular judge was not like that. And that is where my heart is broken. That is why I say, people said you need more sensitivity, you need more gender training, you need something else, judges need to be educated. She had all of that. Each one of them, like, was a speaker in many of the workshops, training other judges.
What do you think happened, Flavia?
That is what is shocking to me. That is what is so shocking to me. That, and what is the difference 3 years and 1 year? The punishment. Why did she have to go to this and make such scathing comments? It is beyond me to even understand. So I feel totally shattered, and I feel that as they go higher up the judicial ladder, what will it become from their particular sensitivity as a trial court judge, going against the grain of court culture? And then when you rise up, you become somebody else. You become just another person. That is what I cannot understand at all. And I've seen it in some instances, but this instance is something I know personally. They've invited her to all our workshops because she was so sensitive to conduct trials of children who are being abused.